The need to humble women. So recently, Kamala Harris kind of went viral for responding to a female politician's comment that her children keep her humble by saying, well, there's some women who don't aim to be humble. And I saw a clip from a relationship coach on TikTok. I think her handle is Relationship Coach Mel. And she said that in the Black community, 70% of households are single mother households. So you have basically 70% of Black men being raised with a matriarchy as their foundation growing up, but they're being raised in a patriarchal world where patriarchy is trying to tell them that women can't do this and can't do that. And everything they see on a daily basis in their home is telling them that all of those statements are false. And so, how do they deal with this cognitive dissonance? Well, in thinking about her question, which I actually had never thought about things that way, I think they deal with it in a lot of different ways. I think they deal with it by secretly being angry at their father that they grew up in a matriarchal home rather than a patriarchal home where the father was the head and the mother was submissive and the father was the provider and the mother was not. And I think that they secretly resent their mother because, of course, she was the authority figure in their lives. And I think because they have grown up many times themselves being in a matriarchal house and many times seeing all around them matriarchal households, there is this doubt and insecurity that I think many men, whether they grow up in a two-parent household or not, I think many men have this doubt and insecurity of whether they can actually match up to the expectations of the patriarchy to be a provider, especially in the economy that we live in. And so these men who grew up in a matriarchy have this insecurity, this doubt, this fear, this worry, this concern at an even higher level. And so since they're, angry with their father, since they resent their mother, then they have this attitude that they're going to require women in their lives to be less than their mother was, to be less than they can be, less than the woman can be. So rather than facing their fear and becoming the best person they can be, no matter what that looks like, maybe it doesn't look like being able to provide all the bills, but it's really, they have really self-actualized to the best of their ability at the time. So they should be proud of themselves. They should be at peace with themselves, content for having achieved what they can achieve. But I think that some of them still want to make sure that the woman is making herself small and humbling herself. And as T.D. Jakes once said, leaving room for him to have something to pour into. She's not one of those women going around talking about her accomplishments, or as some men will say, flaunting it, even though a lot of women don't flaunt them. They just exist. And because they're not downplaying them, the men feel like they're flaunting them. And sometimes men will even ask a woman who's not even mentioning anything, well, how much money do you make? Or what do you do for a living? Where do you live? And when he gets those answers, which some of them are genuine get to know you questions that we would ask anybody, but when he gets those answers, rather than just taking them as facts, he takes them as, well, she must think she's all of that. Well, she must think this, she must think, well, no, she doesn't have to think anything. To her, that could be completely normal. And it doesn't have to make her feel better than or more than or greater than anybody. It just is her life. So I think that some men, like I said, because of their surroundings, because of their own insecurities, they want women to lower themselves and humble themselves. And other men have decided that they don't need to let the patriarchy dictate anything to them. They say, okay, society says X. I grew up seeing Y. So I don't believe that X is true. I have resolved my cognitive dissonance by saying the things that were told to me by patriarchy are just a lie. They're propaganda. They're things that people thought in the past, but now we know better. And I think those men who have questioned what they've been taught, what they've been conditioned to believe, and women who've questioned what they've been taught and what they've been conditioned to believe, I think that those are the people that are the happiest. Because when you can adopt your own mindset, your own values, your own philosophy, your own belief system that really resonates with who you are authentically and the life that you're living and the life that you have lived, I think that that's peace. I think that when you're trying to fit into a lie and trying to deny that that lie is a lie, and you have to jump through all of these hoops to try to prove to yourself that it's not a lie, you're in constant chaos because everything that you see, everything you experience is challenging your belief system because you're trying to believe in a lie. You're trying to live in denial. So it's a lie that women can't be leaders. It's a lie that women can't be head of households, that women can't be providers, that women can't be protectors. All of those are lies. They've always been lies. But now, more than ever, society is having to deal with the fact that those have been lies, and some people are trying to make them the truth by taking away women's power and control and ability.